Each state has its quirks, right? Just the mere mention of a state's name can create some knee-jerk reactions and stereotypical thoughts, like New York, California, Texas, or Florida. But they're big states, and people learn to handle certain realities about living there. And here in Pennsylvania, we're no exception. Now today I'm going to share with you some things you need to learn to handle if you move to PA in 2023. After all, you won't want to move somewhere without considering the more unique characteristics. Whether it's the weather and wildlife, or accents and manners, or favorite foods, or weird laws and facts, these influences can impact how you feel towards your new home state of Pennsylvania. My name is Diane Cardano. I'm a lifelong resident, experienced real estate broker here in the Keystone State. And I can honestly say there are a ton of great reasons to move here. So if today's video doesn't scare you off, be sure to reach out so I can help you find your next dream home in Philadelphia or Philadelphia suburbs. I've helped so many people to relocate to my town, and I can help you as well. So why wouldn't anyone decide not to move here? Well, there's just some things about Pennsylvania you need to learn to deal with. Let's start out with the weather. Depending on where you live, you could be in a real treat or a wake-up call when spending time outdoors here. Pennsylvania has 4 distinct seasons, which I really love. It could be some brutal winters, but last year was much more mild. Wild springs, weather's up and down, and hot and humid summers, and then really pretty perfect falls. While we don't get every nor'easter that pushes through, we see our fair share of snow and sleet and ice. If you're moving from a warm, sunny spot, you need to research how to winterize your vehicles, keep your roof safe from all that snow and ice, and how long it takes to plow to come out and clear out your neighborhood. Now, there's a reason why Pennsylvanians love Groundhog Day. It's not because of Punxsutawney Phil lives here. We can't wait for better weather, but if spring temperatures can get a kind of wild. One day it could be 75 and the next is 54, and back and forth and back and forth. We go until we see a few weeks of the 60s and 70s in a row, and then somewhere around the end of June, July, it becomes like, woo, where did the heat come in? People start heading to the Jersey Shore or upstate New York for vacation. We're already dreaming of October because it gets so hot and humid. Like, I can't go outside without a water bottle, hot and humid. You'll want to know where the local pool and splash pad is, or all the indoor activities are, and that's why so many people head to the Jersey Shore and why it's so popular here in Pennsylvania. We do typically have pretty picturesque fall, though, with all the foliage people drool over. We can definitely have that going for us. Pennsylvania isn't immune from extreme weather, either from hurricanes to tornadoes, floods, hail, and blizzards. You'll want to keep an eye on the local forecast each week. And speaking of unpredictable, if you plan to move to Pennsylvania, you need to know how to handle the deer. Yep, like Bambi, but all grown up and ready to wreck your car. Now, if you're living in the Center City, Philadelphia area, you won't have to worry about our insane deer population when moving to Pennsylvania. But if you move anywhere in the Burbs, you got to pay attention to this section. Deer are everywhere. I mean, 5 or 10 of them in my backyard yesterday. In fact, we're considered a high-risk state for deer collision accidents. So if you're traveling at night or on back roads or in less densely populated areas, you need to be very careful of your surroundings. Deer will stand on the side of the road looking very innocent, and then bam, suddenly try to cross. And nobody wants the guilt or headache of hitting one. As cute as they are, to some, deer are usually a real problem, and not just on the roads. Love your gardens and growing your own food? Between the deers, the squirrels, the raccoons, foxes, and countless species of birds, you better find a good way to protect those plants. Because the wildlife population is so high, hunting is a big deal in Pennsylvania as well. In fact, some areas around here are so excited about hunting season, the kids get a day off from school. So if you're anti-hunting, that is another unique quality you should know about our state. But wildlife isn't the only thing causing issues on our commute. If you're considering moving here, you need to learn how to handle road rage. Check out any con list of Pennsylvania and you'll find traffic and congestion listed in big, bold letters. People love it here, despite these lists of quirks I'm talking about. However, higher populations mean more people on the highways, causing accidents and creating jams. And one really unique to Pennsylvania road issue happens when you head out towards Lancaster County. It's not every day that a horse and buggy slows down traffic, unless you're in the Amish country. The Amish are famous and well loved here in the state, especially for their building and baking skills. But their traditional ways mean they move a bit slower than the rest of us. So pack up your patience and don't be in a rush on their turf. But it's not just the people or horses, it's the condition of the roads too. All of our wild weather leads to potholes and repairs that seem to take forever. And like so many other states, some of our biggest roads are just constantly under construction. Of course, you could take a toll road, but that means getting around could be a little bit more expensive. And to top it off, our signage on the roads is, well, confusing as best. with all the curved roads, circular intersections, and divided highways, and getting used to getting around town may take a little bit of a minute. Your best bet is update your navigation system, use Waze or something like that. It'll make all the difference. And if you can handle the roads, the wildlife, and the weather, can you handle the people? No. People from Pennsylvania and Philadelphia in particular can get a bit, pretty much of a bad rap. Maybe it's because we boo our sports teams, but maybe it's just because outsiders aren't always used to our manners. We are known as fast-paced and direct, and sometimes people take us as rude. We don't see ourselves that way, and we just don't like to waste time. In fact, most people here are incredibly generous and considerate, especially in a crisis. But we are also very opinionated about certain things and expect people to have strong positions on important topics, like what kind of cheese makes the best cheesesteak, or if scrapple is good, or is it called a sub or a hoagie? It's a hoagie. Now, want to cause a debate? Just bring up the Mummers or Wawa or college sports or where to get the best Italian ice. Now, it's sure to get some feathers ruffled. Of course, there are plenty of other aspects of Pennsylvania one would need to get used to or learn how to handle, like how to pronounce anything here. Like the Schuylkill River is notoriously difficult for newcomers to say. So there are some of our towns like Conshohocken, long words. And of course, our accents emphasize words differently. It's not water, it's water. We don't say y'all, we say yous. You don't watch the Eagles on Sunday, you watch the Eagles. We also have some strange laws on the books as well. According to the PA Code, an individual's bedroom may not be more than 200 feet from a bathroom or shower or a toilet. I mean, it's useful, just odd to be formalized into a law. Now, you also can't purchase a vehicle on Sunday, so tell someone else's fortune on a Sunday or for personal gain, or use your hands to catch a fish. Now you know. So, now we've navigated some of the more unique quirks new residents need to learn to manage if they want to establish themselves in our state. If you think you've got what it takes to handle all that Keystone State has to offer, well, why not start searching for your dream home here? I'm ready to help you find the perfect place for you to call home. Reach out to me and let's embark on this exciting journey together. But before you go, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and ring the notification bell to stay up to date. And thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you on the next video.